Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Derek Dobies. Hi, Derek.
Hi, Bart. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah.
I think I've been to the Derek Dobies presentation of the movie just about every year, but it is one of those movies that you can watch every year.
It's the gift that keeps on giving all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are there some favorite lines from the movie that you?
Yes, I probably can't recite them on JTV, but no, I watch that movie every year, usually starting after Thanksgiving, so that I'm not watching it too much throughout the year. But it's a tradition that in the Dobies family, my dad would always watch it. We would watch it with him multiple times between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And when he passed in 2010, I actually moved down here in 2009. He passed the next summer, and I was looking for something to do subsequently on city council the next year, and really was looking for something to do to honor my dad and keep him in my memory at least once a year, and do something for the community. And this is a great way to do it, and it's been fun ever since.
I'm sure your dad's laughing every year when you do this up in heaven, and because you do some things that it's not just showing the movie. You've got some extracurricular activities.
It's evolved, yeah. People. So it's a brew and view, so you can buy beer and wine and have a good time down there. It's on a Friday night, so we encourage people to have a good time responsibly. But folks come out, they quote the movie. People have started to dress up. I dress up every year. I've gone through some iterations of Cousin Nettie, Clark Griswold. This year I'm going to be Clark from the attic scene, so I've got the pajamas. And
here you are. Where did you get the Dickie?
The Dickie I ordered online. It's a solid Dickie. I actually had to Google what they were, not in the lexicon from my era. But yeah,
I remember when I was a kid, that was a thing. People would wear those.
It is, it keeps you cool for sure.
It's a turtleneck without the arms, without the torso.
You can see where it ends on that photo.
And really, you got to wear it with a lightweight white sweater for full effect.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you gotta see it through the sweater. So.
And there's a prizes for the best dressed.
Yeah, I think Steve Tucker gives away some prizes. I always bring a 1-year subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club, which is part of the movie at the end. No spoilers, but I also bring some other things, some cool giveaways, and I think one of the other pictures is my sister dressed up as a cat. So, yep, that's me from last year, and my sister dressed up as the fried pussycat from under the ottoman or whatever. So, yeah, it's a good time.
It is.
Hopefully, everyone can come out and enjoy the movie, and it's a great way for Jackson to come together and have some lighthearted humor during the holiday season after pretty tough year and a tough time for a whole lot of people, frankly.
Well, let's talk about something other than the movie for just a second,
Sure.
Because the last time Mayor Daniel Mahoney was on the show, he was talking about his decision not to seek another term, and he said he wanted to convince you to run to be mayor again. Is that a possibility?
It sounds like it's a possibility. I've talked to Mayor Mahoney a bunch, and we're close friends, and you get that bond mayor to mayor of having gone through it and come out the other side. And we talk a lot about the progress that we've made since I got here and on the city council, and I think people can look downtown, some of the things that are happening in the Corridor Improvement Authority, and just some of the different stances that we've taken to articulate our values and make sure that we're protecting folks. And I know Pastor Hines was just on, and I'll say there are people that are part of this community, and I put you in this bucket too, that if they weren't here, Jackson would look like a completely different place. And I think that Pastor Hines and some of the policies that we passed, particularly around protecting members of the LGBTQ community. Those things wouldn't have been possible without Pastor Hines, and other things wouldn't have been possible without Daniel Mahoney, either in this capacity or as his capacity as the NAACP president. So I've been contacting those individuals that I put a lot of stock in their opinion, because I think they know and understand the community. And, I would say that it's a strong possibility that I'm starting to have more of those conversations and look at what next year can bring to continue that progress.
Yeah, it will be next November that the seat will be up for election. You're also on the Jackson Public Schools Board, and the board, I think the last meeting had a resignation.
Yep.
And now you've got to replace. Have you replaced someone?
Not yet. So President Hunt stepped down from her position to serve on the city council in the 5th Ward effective December 1st. So by our bylaws, we have to replace that individual within 30 days. So we were fortunate to be able to meet on December 3rd in the superintendent evaluation and kind of lay out the timeline for that. So we're accepting applications until I think this Friday at 4. And then next week at our meeting on the 16th, we'll be interviewing those candidates that are interested and hopefully making either a decision then or maybe at a special meeting thereafter.
Have you had a lot of submissions of interested people?
I'm not sure yet. A couple of people have reached out. I know at least one individual that ran before has already applied. I know another one that has previously run has also applied. I got some other folks that haven't run for that before that I'm talking to, just to kind of give them the rundown of what it's like on the school board, and we'll see what happens on Friday.
All right, stay tuned. Also, you work in workforce development, and you stay connected, obviously, to Lansing in your work. And yesterday, according to Cranes and Bridge MI, the legislature, the Republican House, it looks like they're taking back $500 million that had been appropriated and approved in the state budget that is now not going to be distributed, but it's unclear what that money is for, but it sounds like some of it was pork, what they called pork projects.
Well, I think, people can label it pork. I think that there are some important work projects that were included in that, and we're continuing to see. It's probably a good question for Representative Schmaltz to also be able to answer, because I think a lot of those things are investments in local infrastructure. I know in the most recent budget there were appropriations for restoring of the falls at Cascades. I just, in the waiting room here, read that some programs that help make prescriptions more affordable for families and expecting mothers, those were canceled. There are programs that touch on workforce development. As you know, I work in that space at the Michigan AFL-CIO, and those sorts of programs that help, minorities, returning citizens, people that don't necessarily have access to the means or opportunities to be able to step into programs, pre-apprenticeship programs that help them get the skills, tools, literal tools, boots, soft skills, hard skills that they need to get into the skilled trades. Those programs could be cut. So there's a lot of confusion. I think there's a lot of, politics and posturing included in all of that. Frankly, I find it potentially unconstitutional that if a legislature appropriated funds, that a super minority of a committee could undo an act of the legislature. But I think that that's something that we'll see play out here in the coming months.
Yeah, I think that was a question a lot of people had, is how does one chamber of the legislature roll back or claw back.
Yeah, not even a chamber, just the
committee.
The committee. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Okay, well, let's make plans to have a lot of fun this holiday season at the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation next Friday night. And people have enough time now to get their outfit ready.
Get your outfits ready, and I'm going to work diligently on maybe trying to get Chevy Chase down here one year.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool. Yeah. Or maybe Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever your pick, Bart.
All right. Well, maybe Todd.
Sure.
After he gets, destroyed. All right. That is next week at the Michigan Theater. Thanks to Derek Dobies.